Hello everyone, welcome. A new Monster Hunter Wilds trailer just dropped and actually introduced a trio of new monsters, so it's time for us to once again go through what horrors of nature they've unleashed on us tonight. So, before we get started, because I want to get into this real fast because I don't want to waste all of your time, before we actually get into the main video proper, I just want to say we're almost up to 50 subscribers. I am beyond astonished by the support, because I'm trying to make these videos not as swap as possible, because I'm trying to make these actual discussions instead of just, ooh, new thing, move on. So, I really do like these discussion videos, they're really fun, and I hope you're all enjoying them, and yeah, I'll keep on trying to make more of these videos when I can, so, again, thank you all for the support, I really do appreciate it. I'm not sure what subscribers I'm up to now, because I'm not really on top of it, but I do appreciate the support, it's been really fun, and yeah, that's pretty much it, so let's kind of just get right into it. Starting off with probably the weirdest of the trio of new additions, we have Rompopolo. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's what we're going with. So Rompopolo is actually a brute wyvern, which is I'm honestly surprised to find that out, first off, because you look at it for 2 seconds, it's isn't that just a Roggy that just came out of a Hot Topic store and just wants to bug you for your wallet? It just looks like evil Roggy, basically. And it is a poison, enemy, so it's it fits, and the poison sacks fit, and just they actually inflate and everything, so it's if you consider how the inflatable poison sacks are, when it's deflated, it probably just looks like a regular Rocky almost in body structure, which is kind of hilarious, but it's apparently a brute wyvern, and it shocks me, but sure. But first off, there's so much to talk about this wonderful wolf fellow right here. And when I mean wonderful, I mean he absolutely terrifies me. Those eyes scare me. It's something about those pupils. I don't like them. And he is something else. But yeah, there's so much to talk about there. First off, the colorations are across the entire body. Wonderful. For a area like Oilwell Basin that has something like this, that has oilish dark colors to it. It's wonderful. And the purple magenta kind of colors that go along with it is wonderful. But that face scares me. And surprisingly, this is a very interesting brute wyvern because it has almost a hummingbird beak and a tongue, a very long tongue. And it's very weird. We had the chicken brute wyvern before. Now we have the hummingbird brute wyvern that's poisonous, which is interesting. And also this brute wyvern is not that big. From what I can tell from the actual trailer, he appears to be roughly around Bear-off size, so he's basically Bear-off here essentially, which is interesting. Well, it makes sense because this guy can't be that big, otherwise it'll be a little bit ridiculous, but still. It's just kind of interesting to see a smaller brute wyvern like this that looks, again, so much like a Roggy. I'm just looking at him, it's that's just a Roggy with a different color palette, almost. But of course he's different, obviously in a lot of ways, but it's first impression, that just looks like a Roggy. He is visually different enough, those webbed feet almost. They're not really webbed, they're more again, this thing is Roggy also looks very amphibian almost. And those feet are they're almost like gecko feet almost, where they can clean the walls almost. Where you're supposed to climb up walls and, in a subterranean area or cave area like the oil area, I guess it makes sense. And those giant bladed arms are really nasty, because I'm pretty sure that's the first time we've seen a brute wyvern actually have this kind of design. Because instead of two little hands or maybe claws, it's just a giant knife. So again, he has 2 shivs he wants to mug you with in the middle of the night. So again, just it's so interesting. And I loved this so much. Because first off, some of his attacks are really cool. In terms of using the tar against you and pumping poison gas through it to cause it to basically erupt in explosions of tar and poison is really cool. I really like that quite a lot. But I also really like the fact that it's more of it looks, despite how goofy the face is a little bit, and how terrifying eyes are, this thing actually looks menacing. This actually scares me a bit. Because the other, like, Roggy, other, starter tier monsters, they're not really that terrifying. They're very often just like big animals, and like they don't seem that menacing. Like Azuchi is not bad. Like Kongawawa is pretty. It's just a giant monkey. Like this thing, however, just looks terrifying. It looks beyond, like, it looks outright evil. Like you just get that vibe that, again, it's gonna pop up in the middle of the night and mug you, basically. And with that, again, the beak, the tongue, the large, like, knives for hand, like, arms, basically, and the whole body structure, it just looks menacing. And, like, when it's coming out of the smog of the area, it just looks so terrifying. And I love it. Because, like, I feel like this is something I like quite a bit, because I really like grounded monsters that actually fit with areas and not just like particle generation, just farting out like clouds of explosives. I'm looking at you, Magnamalo. I like stuff that actually makes a little bit of sense, and like it makes sense where this stuff is coming from. I also like it when it's actually, a little bit more menacing. Like, this is supposed to be an animal that's supposed to be trying to kill you. Like, of course, like, I want it to be a little more terrifying than just, ooh, look at a funny dragon, Of course, that's nothing against Rathian or Elder Dragons. I also like them quite a bit. Astawas, Seregios, I love them quite a bit. But I like the idea of just this nasty, terrifying creature that comes in the middle of the night that tries to kill ya. Like, that vibe by itself, I really do like, and I wish there was more I do like, big animal. I understand there's a purpose for that. You want early game stuff that's simple, of course. But I also do, again, just like the aspect of this is a thing that's trying to kill you for food, probably, or territory, or this is something that wants you gone, basically. And, like, Azuros or, like, Rugambi or Volvodon can't really express it that well, because it's just a giant bear or rabbit thing or armadillo. Like, this thing looks probably menacing. Like, this looks actually like something monstrous and terrifying. And I love it. I love it so much. And that giant blade at the end of the tail is so great too. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be like poison coming out of that too. Pretty sure. Because I wasn't really sure. Like, maybe it was using the tail to pump out the poison into the ground. Maybe that's how it was doing the attack. I couldn't really tell. His trailer wasn't the best at all angles, which is a shame. And that's also going to be another issue we're going to come into really shortly once we get to the third member of this whole video. So, yeah, unfortunately they haven't gotten everything out yet, so hopefully they will very soon. But, yeah, just this design is such a wonder. And also, I really do like the fact of, like, it just it's definitely unique for Brute Wyvern, because again, it looks more Bird Wyvern, like, minus, like, the arms, like, and maybe the face, like, again, it looks like Roggy, which is very interesting. Like, it's so interesting that they went for this design in general, but, like, stuttering because I'm tired. It's like 3 in the morning right now, so yeah. If I sound a little bit tired, that's why. But I'm really happy. It's a very creative design. Like, it's very good. I'm very excited to fight him because, like, also we haven't seen that many Brute Wyverns with poison, to be fair, so I'm all for it. Like, I'm all for a Brute Wyvern that actually does poison, because, like, we've seen fire quite a bit with Anjanath and the Fire Chicken, mud with Bear Off, and here and there we have other stuff. But we haven't really seen poison that much, really, or probably even, like, maybe paralysis, like, that may be the next, subspecies. This guy with paralysis, like, who knows, but, like, we haven't really seen poison Brute Wyverns that much. Like, flying Wyverns, you have Espinas, the Rafts, but poison Brute Wyverns are a rare thing, as far as I know of. Like, I can't think of any Brute Wyverns on top of my head that are actually poisonous, so I'm honestly really happy we got a proper, like, poison Brute Wyvern. And sure, he may not be top tier, because, he gets beaten up by a fellow monster that's revealed in the same trailer, but For like a basic brute wyvern that's bear off tier, I'm actually really fine at poison, and he looks disgusting and I love him for it. So yeah, I'm just very happy with design, and I think he'll be a great time when I fight him, hopefully, because that'll be a really fun time. I am a little bit worried that he may suffer from the bear off syndrome a little bit, where he gets folded a little bit too easily. It's like, it's very possible that he may just fold very quickly, and that kind of makes the fight a little bit but I'm hopefully not, because I'm looking forward to it, and again, he's like not that big, so he may not have that much health, so like, I'm a little bit worried about that, but hopefully his fight's good, and I'm very excited for him overall. Moving on to the spicy ape himself, we have Ajarakan, I believe that's how you pronounce it, and this is basically just for my tail, just raging but fire, and I'm honestly all for it, because like, first off, like, his design is very interesting, very Sregios-like. I'm pretty sure that tail is like very Sregios-like, with the like two spines coming out the end of it. I mean, the two spines poking up at the top, not so much, but he just feels like a Sregios if it was turned into like a fanged beast. Like, it looks like if Raging was Sregios almost, like if that had a design idea. Because he just, again, that like spiked design looks so much like Sregios. And of course he's a fire ape, so that all heats up and gets on fire, and that's really cool, you know? And I really do like the fact that he actually just straight up body slams our poor little Roggy friend so horribly. Like, Pompompo, just, or whatever his name is, I forgot already, because his name is so... Rompopolo. Yeah, I think that's his name. Again, it's way at night, so I already forgot, but like, he just gets absolutely crushed by this guy. Like, he just gets bear hugged and just gets crushed. Like, it's WWE, and that's hilarious. And I do really like the fact that it's a monster that actually uses its weight to actually attack stuff, like, it actually grapples. Which I really like with Rajang, and I'm definitely looking forward with this guy. Because having just a giant flaming ape just walk around on the like, it actually climbs around on basically rock formations above the fight area. It does power moves, like, it's basically just Rajang but fire. And again, I'm all for that, because I really do like that fight design of, like, again, it's not the monster just, again, farting out, like, special effects out of nowhere. It's actually using its body weight to actually fight, so that's great. And again, just like the idea, like, it's very scaly for a fanged beast. Like, usually fanged beasts are really, like, they have a lot of fur. Though that may be, like, yeah, no, it's all scale, and it's like, it's all, like, heavy armor, which is pretty interesting. Though I'm not sure if, like, the back, like, spikes are, like, too much or not. Because I can't really tell if they're too much or not, because they feel like a bit too much. Like, I feel like it's actually hindering it more than anything else. Like, of course it's where it heats up and all that, so thematically it's very cool, but it just kind of looks a little bit too much in my opinion, but that just may be me just looking at it for the first time, so I may warm up to it quite a bit. And like, its face is not, again, it's Raging in style, but visually it's not that much. Well, it has the same body structure, but with a larger tail. But its face is like, I wouldn't say monkey-like, but maybe monkey-like? Yeah, maybe monkey-like, like, more than I thought when I first looked at it. It's not almost looked a little more like canine almost. But no, there's some larger monkeys and apes that kind of look like that a little bit, like gorillas, or yeah, like it. Again, maybe it's just the scale was just throwing me off, because like, or maybe just I'm just so used to Rajang's, like how long the face is for Rajang, that maybe it's throwing me off. Like Kongawawa, like it kind of looks like a halfway between Kongawawa or like, I think Bwengonga is a better way. Yeah, Bwengonga and like Rajang, where it's like, it's somewhat flat, but it's not totally flat in terms of the face. And that kind of just is throwing me off a little bit. Yeah, I guess that's kind of throwing me off a little bit. But I mean, again, it's very nice to have like a physical, like, fire type monster that just tries to punch you in the face. Because like Anjanath's very similar, but Anjanath also relies quite a bit on the flamethrower, so but it's a fun fight, and I'm definitely looking forward to a Fanged Beast that is fire, because I'm pretty sure we haven't really seen a Fanged Beast in a mainline game that really is fire. Because, like, there's a Zeros, Rengambi, Volvodon, what else? Like, there isn't really that many Fanged Beasts at all, really. Or at least fire, at least I can think of on top of my head. Like, that's usually something that sticks to, like, Flying Wyverns or Brute Wyverns. We had the Fire Chicken, that's a good example of that. Yeah, like, we really didn't, as far as I know, I don't think we have any major Brute, like, not Brute Wyverns, Fanged Beasts that actually have fire damage, which is interesting. So we had a Brute Wyvern that's poison and a Fanged Beast that's fire. I'm not against that, I'm actually very fine with that. Especially for like takes like this, where it's a very grapple-heavy monster. And, I did like, for, like, Rise is weird, but I do like the game. And I really do enjoy, like, the grapple fight Raging had in it, personally. Like, it could have been better, maybe. But I really do like the Raging fight in that game, especially in Sunbreak. Like, Master Rank Raging is a mess, but I love it. And I'm looking forward to finding this guy in Wilds. And having a good time with that, because I think that'll be really fun, just trying to deal with his grapples and throws and fire attacks. Well, I think overall it could be a really fun experience. And I'm really hoping to see some more turf wars, because like, our poor little Roggy friend just got crushed by him, basically. And I'm really looking forward, I hope he's not like Raging tier where he fights off Elder Dragons, because that's a little bit, yeah, but I'm like, if he's gonna, if he's like Odogaron, where he's like, he like pummels everything below Elder Dragon, but the second he actually fights something stronger than him, he like at least ends with a tie, that'd be cool. Because like, I prefer if like he didn't, I prefer if at least monsters have like something to stomp on while also not being able to stomp everything around them, personally, unless they're like major Elder Dragon stuff or like major Apex stuff. So hopefully, it isn't too absurd, but I'm perfectly fine with it. Again, I'm really happy to have more. Also, I'm really happy to have someone else besides Raging do it, because like Raging needs a little bit of a break, in my opinion, because he's been in like quite a few games, and giving him a little bit of a break to breathe, and like hopefully this guy by proxy will give him some new moves and improve him by proxy, just because similar skeleton could be really cool. That'd be really good. And again, it's always nice to have like a new take on a similar idea, and giving Raging some time to breathe, and not be in a different game every single time the generation pops up can be really good. So, giving Raging a break could be really good. And if this guy's gonna fill the role, then I'm all for it, really. Though I do have some little bit concerns, but I'm pretty sure it's mostly just first impressions, and I'll warm up to it a little over time. But I'm a little bit concerned about some stuff, but again, maybe I'll warm up to it a bit. But I really do like the movement, and that's kind of main thing that I really like about the whole design. So again, maybe that'll just help me just warm up to a lot more, fitting, because fire monster. But yeah, I'm really excited. And again, I'm all for more Fanged Beasts that are actually not, they're actual proper monsters that actually can beat the crap out of stuff, and I do really appreciate that. Finishing off with the start of the show and the final of the 3 monsters, we have the Black Flame. Now, just to let everyone know, as of the moment of recording, I do not have a proper render or his actual proper name. He's currently just a Black Flame as far as I know as of this moment, but if during editing I find his name or the release name and a proper render, I'll use that instead. But if not, then you'll see a crusty PNG, but if I get a proper render, I'll use that instead. And if you see that, then wonderful, and I'll show the name on screen if I have it if I find it during editing. So yeah, but onto the actual design itself. When I saw him, I thought, oh, that's Narcarkos. Like, it's very similar, like bioluminescent. It looks, again, it's like, well, Narcarkos was like a squid, like cuttlefish kind of feel that's covered in bones, and it's like very Necropolis feel almost. This is just a giant octopus that's covered in tar and fire, which is surprising they haven't done that, really, because there hasn't really been that many squids or octopus enemies or monsters in the game at all. Like, there's like the floating green one, which I can't remember the name of. There's Nakarkos and this guy. So, yeah, a trio, finally. And overall, he is a giant octopus covered in tar and fire. And he is very, like, visually cool. Like, bioluminescent looks wonderful on him. Those, like, suckers on each of his tentacles looks terrifying. Like, they have, like, proper teeth. They look like they can actually grip stuff terrifyingly well. And I believe in the trailer where he was picking up both of the previous monsters discussed here as if they were ragdolls. And I'm pretty sure this guy is a proper Elder Dragon tier threat, if not like tier around there. Like, he feels like Elder Dragon tier almost. Because, like, first off, he's absolutely massive. Like, size-wise, like, he's big. Like, he is absolutely massive, and that's usually a tier only result, like, that's for, like, Elder Dragon tier stuff. Like, he's, like, on scale of, like, Narwa and Ibushi and, like, proper Elder Dragon tier stuff. Like, he's big and chunky. And he's a massive, massive octopus. And he seems to be, again, very similar to, like, again, spitting fire everywhere, physical attacks with the, you know, tentacles, and apparently he has a grapple where he grabs you with a tentacle and shoots fire all over you, which is very cool and terrifying, and it's also disgusting because he's just gross and I love him. And again, it's like, for like a big octopus, he is terrifying looking, and I'm really looking forward to hopefully seeing his full render to see proper detail, because I can't, again, with all the special effects, it's kind of a little bit hard to tell, but they do make him very cool and imposing, because like, those giant glowing eyes, and like that almost mustache look he has, makes him look like some wise elder that's about to beat the crap out of you, which is, yeah, he has that look to him where he's almost disappointed looking almost, that he has to deal with you, and that's humorous, but again, like that bioluminescent look is wonderful, the tar look is wonderful, it fits really well in the area, like this giant magma octopus coming from the depths to devour all that comes before it is a really nice feel. And I think I like Nakarkos' design a lot more personally, because again, he has like a necropolis feel, the bones everywhere, the giant shell, the, you know, dragon skeletal tentacles, you know, like the bone armor. But this is a pretty good design as well. Like, I really do like it. And again, I'm not sure this is gonna be like an event thing where it's like he can't spawn normally in event like quests. He actually has to have a special arena for him, and that's probably likely, where he has one area for himself and that's it. Or, you know, a giant area that's used for large boss monsters. So that's always a possibility, which is a little bit of a shame because it's kind of funny to watch this guy wander around the like area, just as he is calmly. It's like, oh, you're gonna hunt the silly little Roggy fella. Yeah, deal with giant octopuses roaming around, and that'd be really funny. But I just think he's probably will be like an event thing where it's like you fight him in this area only, and that's it. And it's like fine, but again, I'm a big fan of just these guys wandering around. To be fair though, it's like it's more open world than previous games, so maybe we'll see a giant octopus just kind of roaming around and vibing, which honestly, yeah, maybe. Like, in that case, then I'm very excited for this guy. Because you're just hunting and just gathering bones, and you just see this giant octopus just staring off into space in the corner of the map. It's like, oh my, it's terrifying. I'm all for it. I'm really all for it. And again, the bioluminescent stuff will probably look wonderful in dark areas. It looks wonderful right here, from what I can tell. And this is like a crusty, well, JPEG, or PNG. And it looks beautiful. Like, he looks great, and they did a great job of designing him. Like, even for like a giant octopus, they did great. And those suckers are just covered in like spikes and bones, and like they look like they'll actually rip and tear through flesh, and that's terrifying. I love it. Like, he actually looks like the like vampire squid or that deep sea creature. That, I think it's a vampire squid or octopus. No, I think it's vampire squid. If he actually was actually threatening, because I think those guys are actually pretty harmless and they're pretty small, I think. I may be completely wrong, but I think they're more like filter feeders than anything else, and like this is like the version that's actually terrifying, so it's a different creature. But I'm a big fan of like deep sea stuff. Like, I started off in third generation, so water combat, you know, I like Gobel, even though his fight was completely I despise that fight because I wasn't good at it, but I like Guy Chris, I like Cedius, like, I started my, again, Generation 3, so water combat and water-weighted stuff, you know, Royal Woodruff. Like, I started there, so that probably has a little bit of like a rose-tinted glasses kind of feel to it, maybe, but again, I just really like very interesting designs, and I have nothing against flying wyverns, but I prefer if we had some more interesting stuff flying wyverns, personally. Like, they're fine, I like the new ones they're adding, Arkveld and Raydal are very cool, but I really like just giant octopus deal with it, you know, it's kind of just, I love that quite a bit. And I'm very excited, again. I'm also very surprised they didn't do water, though they may actually make a subspecies for water, for all we know, so maybe. But I'm very happy he's actually a fire monster. For like, I normally don't care about fire monsters too much, because like, they're a little bit overused in my opinion. Like, I prefer it was ice, water, electricity, or dragon, to be fair. I think fire is a little bit overused, personally, but in this case, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with the giant flaming octopus, and I'm really happy over that, so yeah. Not really much else to say, because I, again, don't have proper details on him, or name, or proper render, but from what I see so far, very happy, very excited. I'm actually really happy to see him in game, so properly. So yeah, pretty happy. Really happy with this. Alright everyone, that's the 3 main monsters that were revealed in the new trailer, and overall I say I'm very excited and pleased, because I'm very happy with designs, they're very unique, they're wonderful, and I'm all for it. So this trailer overall has been a great overall joy to watch. I'm very happy to see it, and just very happy to see hopefully what future results they, you know, can continue making, because there's probably more stuff they're not showing on trailer, so I'm looking forward to that as well. So yeah, hope everyone enjoyed the video. I really do appreciate everyone stopping by, and you know, Twitch and Discord are there below if you want to go there. But besides that, like, comment, subscribe if you like the video, dislike if you don't, and I really do appreciate everyone's support. It really does mean a lot to me. Thank you, and hopefully see you guys next time, where that may be, either that on stream or another video. So again, I'm a little bit busy with video making currently, and I'm just, you know, it's kind of more like a of the moment video making right now, so again, scheduling may be a little bit weird, but I'm working on it. So yeah, either way, again, hopefully everyone enjoyed the video, and see you guys next time where that may be. So yeah, and everyone, ciao.